Hi guys, Dylan Schott here with 3 Irons Horse and Calico. We got Sky back here. I showed you in a previous video how to put the snaffle on her and stuff. And I'm going to show you some exercises I use to get one gentle about the snaffle before I may put that first ride. I told you before, depending on the colt, I may use the halter the first ride or the snaffle. I'm going to use the snaffle for Sky. So I'm going to show you some things to help her get used to this snaffle and gentle before I just go ahead and get on her and take a hold of her with it. The first thing I like to check up on them and teach them is to be able just to flex in the snaffle. Take a hold of them here and just be able for them to flex and stand still. See here, she's kind of having some problems with it, so I'm going to hang in there, wait for her to flex. I kind of do the same thing in a halter, but it's a little different with the snaffle to some of them. And sometimes you can adjust your angle and the way you kind of take a hold of one, and it changes. So the way they feel it, and it might help one to understand what you're asking quicker. So I'm going to wait here. She's thinking about it. When she gives me the slightest idea that she's going to try to flex and give to my hands here, I'll release her. But if not, I'll hang in there. She's obviously a little confused. You know, just because you did it in a halter doesn't mean it's the same thing in a snaffle. It's a different pressure to them. It's kind of why I do this again. I'm still waiting here. There, she kind of gave to me, so I released her there. And I'll do this several times until she gets really good about it. There, she kind of reached for me quicker. There, she kind of got it. You know, and I build on it. And you may only get 15 degrees at first, then maybe, 40, then 45, then you may get a complete 90. But you just build on it. When she gives to you, you release her. Good. There, I got a little further than before. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side here for you. Again, take a hold of his rein, ask her to flex. There. You can see right there, I just kind of built on it. She gave me a little bit, so I gave her back a little bit. And I did that back and forth until I got her where I wanted her. Like I said, you may only get 10 degrees at first, but you build on it. Good. They don't automatically know how to yield to this snaffle all the time either, Just like they don't automatically know that when you kick them in the side, they go quicker or move their feet. So it's good to go ahead and take the time to teach them these things before you get in that saddle and maybe have a fight with one. So you can get this real good, then you already have a horse turning in the snaffle and yielding to you real quick on your first couple rides. She's doing real good with this. It's real important though that you try to get out when they're as soft as they can be and they've yielded to you really well. That was good. So another thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and teach that one rein stop again with this snaffle. So I'll bump her off the stirrup. She should remember this. Good. I'm going to drive her around here. Keep her going. Good. Go on. Then I take a hold of her and bend her to a stop. There, she kind of stopped beforehand, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Drive her around here, take a hold of her and bend her. See right there, she got bothered. This is why I do this. She may have got bothered by that stirrup or me taking a hold of her, one. But there, she stopped moving, good. So I'll drive her forward, bend her until she stops. Good, and she's soft in her face. Good. Another thing you can do is you can start teaching this back up right here on the ground. I can take a hold of her with both reins, apply a little pressure. I'm going to try to suggest to come backwards. Now, if she gives me her face, I'll take that as well, and I'll build on it. By that I mean if she yields at her pole and gets soft in her face, I'll build on it. So I'm going to hang out here. She thinks about going backwards. Right there, she thought about going backwards for me. She transferred her weight. I felt it. I released her. I'm going to go ahead and build on it. Do it again here. You know, and the way I take a hold of one like this kind of depends on the horse. If I have a horse that's really hard and they try to push against it, I might be a little firmer. If I have a real sensitive horse, I obviously would try to be a little lighter and not bother them here. And it's also sometimes you might have to get your hands a little wider. And I just wait here, let her think about it. So when she takes a step back, I'll release her there. And I may have to get to where I put a little more pressure on her if I feel like she's not trying or even thinking about it and just leaning on me. So I just gradually increase it. I go here. That was pretty good. She's thinking about it. Her head's coming down. Then I may put a little more pressure on it. Just a little bit and a little bit. And there, release. Good. She took a step back. I'll release and pet her. Good. And you just build on that. You just build on it and build on all three of those exercises. And the time you get in the saddle, you'll have one that'll back up and you'll turn, move off your stirrups, and those first few rides should be a breeze.